A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hello everyone and welcome to A+ English. I'm Mike.
I'm Chickling.
And today we are in for some culture shocks. We're going to be shocked by culture.
Okay.
Have you ever had culture shock?
Yeah. Probably when I was in the States.
Yeah, you go there, everyone's got guns. Well, maybe not that kind of culture shock, but it's true when you go to new countries, you see new things, you experience new culture, and it can be a shock. It can be a big surprise. We're not talking about like an electric shock. That's dangerous and bad. Culture shock isn't usually dangerous. It can sometimes be bad, but it's always interesting. And of course, Simon and Lucia, our two friends, are always talking about culture shock as Simon learns about Taiwanese culture. And Lucia learns about British culture too. So let's talk about today's article. Simon and Lucia will be going to a wonderful Taiwanese street party. I like these. They have them in my neighborhood quite a lot. Well, there's a temple there.
Okay, quite noisy, right?
Yeah, every month or two, they always seem to have one of those street parties, but they never invite me. Anyway, that's fine. So let's talk about our warm-up question. Think about a party in the past. Have you ever been to a party?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Of course.
What was it for, and what did people do at the party?
I think the last party that I went to was in 2020, and I actually hosted it.
3 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so bad.
There has been COVID.
I had a party like last month. I should have invited you.
How was it?
It was boring.
Oh, okay.
Well, there were all these dudes there. I should have invited a pretty lady. It would have been, no, it was fun actually.
New Year party?
It was a birthday party for me.
Oh, for you. Happy birthday.
Well, my birthday was in June, but remember that was COVID, so we moved it anyways.
Okay.
So you went to a party 3 years ago. What was it for, and what was it like?
Christmas. And
Christmas
we just
party.
drank a lot of, we can't say wine.
Eggnog.
Yeah, we
drank a lot of...
We played games.
Eggnog.
We made a lot of friends.
Okay, that sounds like a good reason. Christmas party, birthday parties, wedding parties, of course, are also super popular. So let's get into our dialogue and find out what kind of party Simon and Lucia are going to be going to.
Culture shock!
Simon sings at Uncle's birthday party. Warm-up question. Think about a party in the past. What was it for, and what did people do at the party?
I didn't expect so many people. Your uncle must be very popular.
He works in the local government. Everybody here knows him.
So, where is the restaurant? I'm hungry.
This is the restaurant, Simon.
Here? In the middle of the road?
Yeah, this is a roadside banquet party. We call it a 板豆. We'll celebrate and eat a big meal here in the street.
Oh, fun! It's kind of like a British street party. We often do them to celebrate the royal family. There were many in 2022 to celebrate the Queen's Platinum Jubilee.
Oh, here comes Uncle.
All right, so what is happening? Well, we know they're going to a party, but let's read the setup sentence and we'll find out whose party and what kind of party. And here we go. Simon and Lucia are at Lucia's uncle's birthday party.
Oh, 好吧。
Lucia's uncle's... Okay, got it.
was a birthday party. That's actually a party that you went to last month or last week.
Last month, yeah.
就是生日宴会. So Simon 跟 Lucia 他在 Lucia 叔叔的生日宴会上. I like birthday parties.
Yeah, I do too, especially for someone you don't know, because then you don't have to bring a gift. You can just go and eat cake. You're like, oh, nice to meet you. I didn't bring you a gift. Anyways, it would be polite to bring a gift, though you should. Anyway, so Simon begins the dialogue. They've just arrived at the party, I imagine, and he's looking around, and it seems this is a much bigger party than he expected. Yeah, in the West, birthday parties might just be your close friends and family, you know, 5, 10 people, something like that. This one, though, is much busier. Simon says, I didn't expect so many people. People mountain, people sea at the birthday party. Your uncle must be very popular. That's a good point. Lots of people like him, so lots of people want to celebrate his birthday with him. Yeah.
所以 Simon 就非常的惊讶，说没想到这么多人，你叔叔一定人缘很好，很受欢迎吧？
Now, it might be partly Lucia's uncle's wonderful personality that brings all his friends, but it could also be his job. As Lucia explains, he works in the local government. Everybody here knows him. So because of his job, he knows lots of people. I know that lawyers do this to business people, sales people. They have these business work connections. So they invite lots of their coworkers to weddings and birthdays and things like that. And of course, being in the local government, he might, have elections every few years. There could be pictures of him all over the neighborhood. So it makes sense that Lucia says everybody here knows him.
所以 Lucia 就说呢，哇，我的叔叔是在当地的政府工作，所以每个人都认识他 ，so quite famous.
Yeah, he is very well known, a big man in the neighborhood. So next we see in a picture that Simon and Lucia, they're standing there in the middle of a street, and the street is lined with tarpaulin tents. Tarpaulin tents. Or those temporary tents. Usually it's just a roof.
帆帐篷嘛
Yeah, maybe a bit of a wall, but often it's just a roof to keep the rain off. And they put them up very quickly and easily in the street to kind of create like a big outdoor dining area. Dining room, right? Anyway, so Simon is looking around. He sees the tents. He might be thinking maybe they'll play music there, or I don't know what those are for. But he's looking for a place to eat, and he doesn't really see it in his mind. So he says, so where is the restaurant? I'm hungry. He was expecting a big birthday feast, and he's expecting to eat his feast in a restaurant.
Yeah, 所以 Simon 就是说，所以餐厅在哪里 ？There isn't any restaurant here. 没有看到任何餐厅哎，我饿了。So where is it?
Well, as Lucia explains, there is a restaurant here, but kind of just for now. She says, this is the restaurant, Simon. And we can imagine her pointing at the street, pointing at the tarpaulin tents, pointing all around them, and not pointing at, the restaurant across the street. No, the street is the restaurant.
所以 Lucia 就说，就在这里呀 ，Simon 有看到吗？
And Simon is still a bit confused by this, so he wants to check that what he just heard is really what she just said. He says, here? In the middle of the road? And you can imagine his voice doing that because he's asking these questions, but in a way that really is checking to make sure it's actually right what he's saying. Here, in this place, in the middle of the road? That's kind of strange.
所以 Simon 就说，哈，是这里哦，这是马路中间哎。
And Lucia explains, yeah, she says, yes, definitely, believe me, what I'm telling you is true. And then she gives him a bit more information. She says, this is a roadside banquet party.
Okay.
It's usually in the middle of the road in my neighborhood. It's not on the side of the road, but we often do use that when we're using parts of the road for other things and not just, driving cars and riding bikes. It's a roadside banquet party. And then she explains, we call it a bando.
Bando.
A bando.
没有中文 Actually, Taiwanese.
Is that really?
It's banda.
Banda. Okay, we call it a banda. I like banda or bando. We'll celebrate and eat a big meal. here in the street. Believe it, Simon. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, 所以大家有没有看到 roadside 指的就是路边，所以鲁西亚就说是啊，这个就是我们路边的宴会，我们称之为这是台语有版的，我们在街上庆祝，然后我们会吃超好的。
All right. Well, Simon, he kind of thinks this is a great idea, and that's why he says fun. Okay, so if you hear something and you've had it explained to you and now you understand it and your brain goes, cool, you could say cool, or you could say fun, or awesome, or sweet, or whatever. It just means that you enjoy it, you like this idea, you are with it, you are absolutely in support of having fun doing this. It's kind of like a British street party. Ah, very good point. They do have these things in Britain, in the UK, but not as frequently and usually for very special occasions. As he explains a British street party, he says we often do them, these street parties in Britain, to celebrate the royal family. So a birthday, but the king's birthday, not just your boring uncle. The royal family, when they have special days, sometimes they have street parties in Britain. And then he gives a good example. There were many in 2022 to celebrate the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. And of course, this year, King Charles will become king officially on May 6th, 2023. I bet you they'll be having more then too. Hopefully it doesn't rain.
Yeah. 所以 Simon 就说哇，很 fun， 这个 fun 在这边就是有趣耶，那有点像英国的街头派对。那因为在英国呢，他们经常这样做是要庆祝王室，就像2022年的时候呢，有很多人呢去庆祝女王的白金禧年，它就是70周年纪念的意思。
All right, so as they're kind of there checking out the situation and where they're going to eat and all that, something starts to happen, catches Lucia's attention, and she says, oh, here comes Uncle. So I guess he came out of a building or came around the corner, or suddenly they see her. Here's Uncle. Here is the man of the hour, the person we are here to celebrate on his birthday.
所以呢 Uncle 来咯，那我们就来明天看一下到底发生什么事情。那接下来我们来看一下今天所有的单字。
Do we sing happy birthday now?
Okay, happy birthday to you. 所以一开始呢 Simon 到 Lucia 的 uncle 的派对上面，他就看到宴会上很多人，就说哇，我没有料想到会有这么多人耶。那这个料想就是我们的第一个单字，就是 expect， 那它有预料的意思，就是预计某事可能即将发生，所以后面可以直接加上一个 to， 再加上一个原形动词，代表预料什么什么怎么样。比如说 I didn't expect to see you here， 我没有想到会在这里遇见你耶。那大家如果要把它使用成名词的话也是可以哦，可是我们做成变化会变成 expectation， 它就是有期盼或盼望的意思。比如说 He has little expectation of passing the exam， 他觉得自己呢是不大可能可以通过考试的。那我们看一下句子， I expect to have the day off tomorrow because of the typhoon。 我预计明天呢会因为台风放假一天。那因为呢 Uncle 的生日派对上面人很多，所以 Simon 觉得那你叔叔肯定很受欢迎吧。这边有一个 must， 这边的 must 的就是假设的一定，那你们在使用上的时候要注意后面是加上原形动词哦。比如说 You've been driving for 10 hours, you must be tired。 你已经开车开10个小时，你一定很累吧，这个就是一个推测肯定的意思。那我们看另外一个句子， You must be Cindy's daughter, you look just like her。你一定是 Cindy 的女儿吧，你看起来跟她好像哦。所以 Lucia 呢就解释了东方的宴会给 Simon 听。那办桌呢也是很常用来庆祝活动的嘛。那这边的庆祝呢，我们使用的字 celebrate， 所以如果你要庆祝什么，后面直接加上要庆祝的那一个活动就好。比如说的 celebrate one's birthday， 或者是 wedding anniversary， 或甚至是圣诞节 Christmas 都可以哦。比如说 How do people celebrate New Year in your country？ 在你的国家人们都怎么庆祝新年呢？那它的名词是 celebration， 所以比如说庆祝新年的话就是 New Year celebration。 那我们有时候在说庆祝什么，我们可以说 be in celebration of something。 比如说 They held a party in celebration of their victory， 他们为了他们的胜利呢去庆祝。那我们看另外一个句子， Many people celebrate Chinese New Year with a special family dinner。 许多人呢会借一顿特别的家庭晚餐来庆祝春节。那我们刚刚有讲到办桌就是把宴会办在街道上，那所以街道的英文就是 street， 那我们口语上如果要说整条街的人，我们可以说 the whole street。比如说 keep your voice down, you don't want the whole street to hear you, do you? 你小声一点哦，你不要整条街的人都听到你讲话吧。好，那另外呢，如果我们说像台湾有很多的摊贩，英文叫 street vendor， 那我们可以造一个句子 He bought these sunglasses from a street vendor in Paris. 他是在巴黎买了这些太阳眼镜。那我们再看另外一个句子 We saw lots of different stores as we walked along the street. 我们沿着这条街走的时候呢，看到很多不同的商店。OK， 所以这是今天我们学到的所有单字。现在我们进到今天的 Magic
Box。Magic Box。Hello， 大家好，我是 Casey， 欢迎来到今天的 Magic Box。今天呢，来帮大家整理课文里面用到的一些特殊句型还有用法哦。首先呢，我们看到卢西亚她说 We'll celebrate and eat a big meal here in the street. 我们会在这个街上庆祝，然后享用一顿盛大的餐点。这边的 in the street 这个用法，不知道大家看了有没有觉得哪里怪怪的呢？通常搭配 street 街道这个字的介系词比较常用的应该是 on， 像是如果我住在某一条街上，我们就可以说 I live on Main Street， 比方说我住在这个大街上，或者是走在路上的时候小心安全，我们可以说 Be careful when you walk on the street。那有时候呢，你也会看到 down the street， 就表示沿着街道的意思哦。像是呢 ，the people sing and chat while they are walking down the street。那群人呢，在路上走路的时候边哼歌聊天。那我们也可以用介系词 across 来表示在马路的对面，像是 the school is right across the street， 学校就在马路的正对面。但是呢，今天的课文里面却用了 in the street， 这又是什么意思呢？其实呢，它有表示就是在马路的正中央的感觉，因为大家吃板豆的时候，就真的是在马路中间嘛。或者是呢，你也可以理解为它是在户外这样的意思哦，就可以用 in the street 这样的用法。再来呢，我们看到 Simon 他说 It's kind of like a British street party。半桌呢就是板豆，它其实有点像英国的街头派对哦。那这边用到的 kind of 这个它其实是一个副词的用法哦，表示有点或者是有几分这样的感觉，在口语上是很常会使用的哦。那我们也可以用它来造一个例句 It's kind of rude to ask personal questions like this。问像这样的私人问题其实是有一点没礼貌的。好啦，那以上整理今天课文的几个重点，大家要多多复习哦。
Review time.
All right, we have our review time coming up. Before we can get to Uncle's birthday cake, we gotta do the review. So let's look at the 4 new words we came across in our dialogue for today. Those were expect, must, celebrate, and street. Are you ready to do some filling in of blanks?
Yeah.
We're going to do a fill in the blanks game. I'll give you a sentence. It will be missing a word. You'll have to pick which of the 4 words we learned today will go in that blank to build a complete sentence. Are you ready?
Ready. 好
You blank get all of these right.
You must get all of these right.
And I blank that you will.
And I expect that you will.
Yes, and when you do, we shall blank.
And we shall celebrate.
And I'll take you down the blank and buy you a cup of coffee.
Down the street?
I'll take you down the street and buy you a cup of
Can
coffee.
I get a black one? Black coffee.
Absolutely. Yes, of course you can. So are you ready to go?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
We're done.
Bye.
There we go. Bye. She did real good. See you later.
Culture shock.
Simon sings at Uncle's birthday party. Warm-up question. Think about a party in the past. What was it for, and what did people do at the party?
I didn't expect so many people. Your uncle must be very popular.
He works in the local government. Everybody here knows him.
So, where is the restaurant? I'm hungry.
This is the restaurant, Simon.
Here? In the middle of the road?
Yeah, this is a roadside banquet party. We call it a 板豆. We'll celebrate and eat a big meal here in the street.
Oh, fun! It's kind of like a British street party. We often do them to celebrate the royal family. There were many in 2022 to celebrate the Queen's Platinum Jubilee.
Oh, here comes Uncle.
Word power. Expect. Expect. I expect to have the day off tomorrow because of the typhoon. I expect to have the day off tomorrow because of the typhoon. Must. Must. You must be Cindy's daughter. You look just like her. You must be Cindy's daughter. You look just like her. Celebrate. Celebrate. Many people celebrate Chinese New Year with a special family dinner. Many people celebrate Chinese New Year with a special family dinner. Street. Street. We saw lots of different stores as we walked along the street. We saw lots of different stores as we walked along the street.
认识字汇
Roadside banquet. Roadside banquet. The royal family. The royal family.